Good morning, my name is Bando, this is Brexit Bando, and breaking news. Not really. We have a new piece of artwork which has quite possibly shed some light on the upcoming mysterious army. And it's this piece of artwork of a pair of Solar Auxilia Baneblades. Now, many of you will probably remember that a couple of weeks, maybe last week, we got images like this. Teasing a tiny trio of tanks, and we got to see the new Legionia Imperialis scaled Baneblade. And it's slightly different aesthetically to the normal plastic Baneblade we have. Well, this is quite clearly the same style of Baneblade. Unfortunately, there is one slight problem. These are not the same model. And you can tell by a couple of details, but there's two that really stand out to me. The first is that the bolter barrels are drilled, which they are not, because that would be ridiculous at that scale. The second is the lights, which are just ever so slightly a different size, scale, shape, whatever you want to call it, on this model. Now, there's other bits, but you know, the gaps and stuff are wrong. So this is most definitely a 28mm scaled model. Or could quite possibly be a CGI mock-up or a resin kit bash, because they do happen to make a resin super heavy, but it's not a Baneblade. It's quite clearly different. Yeah, they've got similar mudguards and stuff, but that's different. That's different. And this is different. But it's the same style. So, let's have a look at the old plastic Baneblade. Well, the big thing is this cannon here, which is got a nice circular mantlet. So, let's have a look at this one. Square. I think this quite clearly, this, and there's an image in the back of the I think it's a militia's book, or whatever it was, the Solar Auxilia's book. There's a unit of flamethrower equipped Solar Auxilia who don't look like the resin ones, but it's a very, very blurry photo. And I don't own that book, so I can't give you the photo. I think this is pretty much conclusive proof that this is going to be the plastic army we see at the end of the year. I like this. I have no problems with this model. I have no problems with that being the army that is coming out. Of the kind of three options we had, it's the one that makes the most sense. It's the one that most desperately needs a majority plastic release, and it's the one I'm going to be happiest to see en masse. Now, I love me Sisters of Silence, I really do. They're a small elite army, so they don't really... It's not the right way of putting it, but I don't want to see large numbers of them. But these guys we should be seeing a lot more of. To remember, Space Marine Legions, the largest was 250,000. So even if every single Legion was that size, you are looking at, 6 million tops? I think? Something like that. Not many, not many Space Marines compared to the literal trillions of baseline humans who'd be out there, and of those, trillions upon trillions of baseline humans, it's going to be billions at the top end who qualify to join the Solar Auxilia. But that outstrips even if every single Space Marine was out there. So I'm happy to see this. It definitely is not this model, and it most definitely is not this model. So let me know what you think in the comments. Is this just a mock-up? Or is this the art for a possible Baneblade plastic kit for or even a resin kit. It would be very strange for this to be a resin upgrade if they are doing a big new release. But it's not out of the world, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility. As you may have seen, I have started a little Bad Ab War project. I have made a couple of Howling Griffins and a Mantis Warrior so far. The Mantis Warrior is going to be joined by a couple of compatriots when I found some suitable legs. But the big news, unfortunately, is that my airbrush compressor has died. Which is a giant pain in the backside. I've had it for about 7 or 8 years now, and it was a gift from my father. And with it, I've managed to paint more models in those 7 years than I had in the 23 years of hobby before that combined. I have painted more miniatures to start and finish than ever before. So, I've managed to source another compressor. Was not expecting to have that expense, unfortunately, which really sucks. But I managed to scrape together enough to get it on finance, and I hate buying things on finance, but I can't function without an airbrush compressor anymore. That is the one thing that a lot of airbrush painters will never tell you. It's just how difficult it is to go back to painting 100% by brush. Because I don't paint with my airbrush 100%. I do the prime, the base coat, like a zenithal highlight, and the varnishing. Everything else I still do with the brush, but getting that smooth coat of the colour I'm wanting for the base colour of my Space Marines is addictive. Oh, it's like doing acrylic lines in the bathroom at the nightclub. It's what it's like. Can't wait. So, I've also got some new paints to the market, which hopefully I'm going to get soon, and I will be able to do a review on those for you guys. They're relatively cheaper. I say cheaper, they're about the same price, but the paint set itself is quite cheap. So hopefully they'll be, good, and they'll be a good addition to the market. So that's what I'll be doing the Bad Ab War stuff with, is with those paints. I should have some 3D parts coming in eventually to do a review on a 3D print provider, and because of the delay it may not be the most glowing of reviews. And I have a couple of tanks coming in that I'm going to do. I'm planning to hopefully do a live stream when they arrive. I'm going to build one of those on a Friday evening probably. Just come in, I'll be building them on stream, and you guys can just berate me if anyone actually watches, which would be great if you do. So that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about. My name is Bando. This is Brexit Bando. I do love and appreciate every single one of you that leaves a comment, all of you that subscribe, the ones of you who subscribe and then unsubscribe a couple of days later. May 1,000 curses fall upon your families, because I like the number to go up, not down. And everything else that I would normally say. So have a great evening, guys, and girls. I'm sure there's at least one of you that identifies that way. My name is Bando. This is Brexit Bando. Drop a comment down below, and we'll see what we see. Peace out.